All right, so I've been promising some Facebook posts, and I think you guys will get a kick out of this one. If you listen to the podcast, you might have heard a couple of these. If you don't, then this is a treat because, in case you don't know, I started this Darksider Facebook group for the sole reason that, well, two reasons, not sole reason, two reasons. One is there were a lot of people telling people, you're a fake fan, don't talk like this, don't think like this, and I got sick of it. And two, because the sheer insanity and stupidity of Jet fans who refuse to learn anything about what's going on and just react emotionally about crazy things. So I started doing these on our podcast where I just read the most ridiculous posts of the week, and some of them are pretty great. So I'm going to read a few here. We'll get a kick out of it. Trust me, you will like this. If you see some funny ones and you want to send them to me, please, by all means. I'm always looking for them. But these are not all from this week. Only a couple of them are brand new, but they all still have enough legs on them that they will certainly be funny for you. Okay, so the first one, this is a brand new one. We'll start with two brand new ones. One, if the Bengals are in play for the first round pick, do they take Lawrence and give up on Burrow with a serious knee injury? No, come on. Really? I mean, they just drafted the kid. He's hurt. They're going to have to pay him. It's not like they can cut him. He's hurt. So they're going to go out and draft another quarterback, number one. Number two, the Bengals have 2 wins and a tie. So even if you wanted to entertain the ridiculousness that they would draft another quarterback and not trade the pick, I mean, you trade the pick there. But even if you want to entertain that silliness, the Bengals have 2.5 wins for all intents and purposes. You think the Jets and Jaguars are both getting to 3 wins? All right, number two, the craziness of everybody, not everybody, that's not fair, of a lot of people thinking the Jets are tanking on purpose, like they're purposely trying to lose games. This one ties into that. Fickens' 2 PAT misses and Flacco's pick 6 were done on purpose to assist the tank. So the Jets did everything in the first 10 minutes of the game, well, 2 of the things anyway, to screw up the game and tank it, only to go down by 18 in the third quarter to fight all the way back and then lose anyway. Which, okay, that would fit the narrative, but why wouldn't they just tank later in the game? I mean, they did a perfect job, but they threw 2 balls into the end zone and didn't try and get a first down late in the game. That's a perfect way to tank if you're going to tank. You're going to tell me that something that happened with 4 minutes left in the first quarter when the Jets had all the momentum was done to do the tank, but then they went through all the trouble of coming back anyway? Besides that fact, players do not tank. I'm not going to say that here. Maybe I'll do a video on how players don't actually tank. Now, teams, organizations may put them in a bad position, but players do not go on the field and try to lose. They don't give a shit. See, I'm doing it anyway. We'll talk about it. We'll talk. All right, here's one from last week. Taysom Hill for quarterback? Mock me if you will. However, I believe he has many qualities that the position requires. Taysom Hill, 30 years old already. Basically a better version of Tim Tebow. This is who you want to go get for quarterback. A guy that has one of the best coaching staffs in the league, has learned from Drew Brees, is a change of pace guy who, got stuck in there with a good game plan yesterday and, has talent. I mean, he's got one of the best receivers in the league, one of the best running backs in the league, and this is who you want to go get for quarterback? Really? All right, let's go next. All right, this is a good one. Having all 3 receivers in the game at the same time does... Oh, I totally screwed this up when I wrote it down. At the same time, does your for they... All right, anyway, the purpose of the post was that having all 3 receivers shows you what could have been if this was how we played all season. And if we didn't trade no one at all, we might have a playoff run. Right, so 3 receivers are in the game at the same time. We still lost the games. We looked better. We looked like an NFL team. We looked better, but we didn't even win. We didn't, we just gave game away, whatever. But you think if we didn't trade people, we would be good enough to make a playoff run when we're 0-9. This was actually last week, so we were 0-8 at the time. 0-8. We were 0-8. It was said after the Patriots game, so it was after they were in the lineup for the first time. Nothing more to be said there. Okay, so hypothetically, if We're 0-15, and Jacksonville is 1-14 with the tiebreaker. Important. Heading into the last game of the season, do you want to beat New England or lose to them? Is that a serious question? Is that a serious question? So you're telling me that when we've gone as far as we can go and we're 0-15, and this is just rooting. This is not the team on the field. This is just rooting. You're telling me that no matter how much of a diehard fan you are, you want to see the team win. You've gotten as far as 0-15. You are going to root for us just to beat the Patriots, just to get a win when you know that that would screw up the first pick in the draft and give us and everything that we wanted on this team for years. Really? All right. This is just shows the intellect. It's very, very important. It is. I want to sign a petition to get Becton's Madden rating from 94 to 99. Nothing more to be said on that one. Okay. Here's another great one. I know everyone here is a Sam Darnold fan. If that is the case, what do you think about Gilmore for the first round trade pick like Ty Law? Would be a great Patriots-Jets trade. Just saying. Yeah, you're just saying. You're just saying you want to give a first round pick. I want to say this guy's not talking about the first pick overall, but let's just say he's talking about the later pick. All right? I'll give him some benefit of the doubt. You want to trade a first round pick to your most hated rival, the one that has dominated your divisions for years. Give them an extra first round pick in exchange for a cornerback who is very good. I don't even know how old Gilmore is. He's got to be late 20s. But that's what you want to do. You want to trade our first round pick for a corner. Not just that, which may not be the end of the world if he's a freaking top shutdown corner, but to the Patriots. You can't. All right, this one, my favorite all time. This one, especially the way the post ends. And this is James Morgan the guy's talking about. James Morgan, yeah. Now, some of you might not even know who he is. Why would you risk getting him hurt and fucking his trade value up? Do you all think before you type? So this was in response to a bunch of Jet fans wondering why, Morgan's not in the game instead of Flacco. We have nothing to lose. Just get the kid in there, see what he can do, which I agree to a point. But, you're trying to develop these kids too, and the team is not good enough to win these games, even with a decent quarterback. And so you may as well develop the kids, give them some experience. But you're telling me, A, James Morgan has trade value, and B, you think us playing him is going to fuck it up? And then he says, do you all think before you type? That's nothing more to say. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed these as much as I do, because as the week goes on, these Facebook posts get worse and worse, or better and better depending on your perspective, because fans get away from the game. So for a couple of days they're bitching about the game, and then Wednesday comes along, and then the posts start getting crazier and crazier as they start to go through withdrawal from football. So I will do another one later in the week as we get past Thanksgiving, and I'm sure there will be plenty more to share with you. Hey, have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy your night, enjoy your week, and we'll talk real soon. All right,